Hey everyone, Jay Cottrell here with eXp Realty, and welcome to another Monday edition of Real Estate Talk with Jay. So this week you get a little bit different background and you get a little bit different foreground because I worked all weekend. So today is going to be my weekend, and don't feel sorry for me. When you're a real estate agent, it's what you sign up for. When people are off work for holidays or other things, that tends to be when you get busy because they now have free time to go look at houses. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what happened over the past week, shall we? So let's get into it. All right, so over the past week, we put 198 new listings on the market, which is pretty much on par for what we've seen in previous weeks. However, the number of pendings did drop slightly. We saw 229 homes go under contract last week, which is just a small decrease from the previous week, so I wouldn't really call it much significant. The number of active listings, again, we saw a slight tick upwards. There's now currently 1,106 homes on the market for sale, which we've kind of seen this slow tick upward, but this is where it really pays to watch the monthly video, which should be coming out this week, because if you look at the number of active listings or inventory level on a monthly basis, we've actually been slowly declining over the first 3 weeks of this year. What does that mean? Because the monthly count looks at the number of listings in total that there were for sale in the month, not how many there were at the beginning of the month or a number there were at the end of the month, but just how many homes had a status of for sale during that month. So that kind of gives you an idea of the full count of inventory. So though on a weekly basis we're seeing this little uptick, the overall numbers are actually down, and that's impacting sales a little bit. So let's go ahead and take a look at the number of solds over the past week. So that number was 105, which was down quite a bit. But then again, it was Easter week and Easter weekend, so it could just be the fact that it was an upcoming holiday week and people just didn't schedule closings for this week because they didn't want to have to move over Easter weekend. But we'll see what that looks like next week. Now the median sale price did go up once again. So of the 105 that sold last week, the median sales price was $260,000. The median list price for the homes that are currently on the market for sale is up as well. That number is 331, 332. So let's just say 330,000, which is right in line with the small incremental increases that we have seen over the past few weeks. Now, as far as price reductions, as a percentage of the homes that sold last week, 33% of those were sold at a reduced price from their list price. So that is up from the previous week. If you look at the number of active though, so what percentage of the homes for sale are currently listed at a reduced price from their original list price, that number is 41%, which has been right in line with what we've seen for a while now. Now, what was that median price reduction for the homes that sold last week? It was 7.6%, which is up from the previous weeks. And I'm not introducing a new metric for you, but putting a new metric on the graph for you just so we can keep track of that. Because when you look at these price reduction numbers, you're going, oh wow, 7.6%, it's time to get a great deal. Well, hold up, let's look at overall picture. So of the 104 that sold, the median sold to list price was 98%. So that means that 50% of the homes, not 50%, but the majority of homes sold at or above their list price. The average was 95%, so if the average is 95 and the sold is 98, that means the majority of homes sold higher than the average of 95%. So yeah, there are buyers getting deals in this current market, but overall, it's not every buyer and it's not the majority of buyers. But it's still a way better picture than we were at this time last year, and especially at this time 2 years ago, when that median sold to list price ratio was 100, it's either 100 or 101%. So that meant pretty much everything was selling at or above the current list price. So there is a little bit of savings to be had in this current market, but don't go out there thinking you're going to be able to lowball and get amazing deals. It just means you may not have to pay full price for a current home, but you might have to get close to it. And especially if you get into a home in the middle of the price range right now that has multiple offers, yeah, you're not going to get a deal on that house. But anyways, I hope you find this information helpful. I hope you watch my Josh and I's monthly video, which should be out this week. We're no longer doing that live just because our schedules don't allow it. So it will be pre-recorded, but I promise it will still be just as good. So that's it for this week. But if you know anybody that is currently looking to buy or sell property in our area, I would love the opportunity to meet with them and see if I would be able to help them out. So again, that's it for this week. We'll see you next week.